Okay, so today we're going to look at 2018 question 2. It's the rotation of the Hot Air Balloon Club logo. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is draw our outline, draw in our pentagon with the star in it, and little stripes and so on. Okay, so I just went ahead and I drew the outline first, just to make things a bit quicker. So our next step is to draw the pentagon. So in order to draw the pentagon, we need to find the length of the sides because we're not given the radius. So in this case, we're given point D to C, which is the base, which is on this 40 line. So we draw up 40 and we measure 30. That's it there. And it comes across to this other line here. So that's point D and that's point C. So now we have the length of our sides of a pentagon, but we need to figure out what angle it's at. So the way we figure out what angle it's at is, in a circle we have 360 degrees and we have 5 sides, so divided by 5. That equals 72 degrees. So we take our protractor, measure up 72 degrees, just draw up our line. Do the same on this side, measure up 72 degrees. Take our compass, set the length from D to C, mark it off, do the same on this one, and then instead of measuring 72 again, you just take a compass, strike off the distance from both points, and that'll give us our top, just like that. And that is our pentagon. So you can join them up. Like so. So we need to figure out the center point now for our radius for the circle. So we know it's going to be along this line. Okay, so there's a few different ways we can do it. If we bisect the angle, so if we take our compass, set any distance, put in the corner, drag it off, I'm just going to mark this one a little bit further, do the same here. And I'm going to do the third one just to make sure we're 100% right. Very simple. And I'm going to join through each of these. Nice and light because these are only construction lines. So when you're 100% accurate, all 3 of these points should meet up at the exact, like they all cross over in the exact same spot. So then we can draw in our circle. So we just put the pointy end down, set our distance, draw in our circle. Just like so. Okay, so now we need to draw in the star. Okay, so I'm just going to finish labeling these. So that's point A, B, C, D, E. So point A joins to D, and point A also joins to C. Point B joins straight across to E. And also down to D. Point C joins to A, so we've already done that. Point C also joins to E. D joins to A and to B, and E joins to B and to C. So we've already got them. So now all we need to do is darken in what we need. Same this way. And across. Okay, so that's that part finished. So we have our little stripes coming off the side. They're 10mm apart, so starting from point E. Okay, so what we do is measure off. There's 3 separate sections. So 1, 2 and 3, and to get their edge point, join from the corner down to the center point down here. So that is there. So nice and light. Join it down, and the same on this side. Then we can take out as our angles. Our last one. Just like that. You can go back afterwards and darken. And the last step then is a tangent, also coming from this point to our circle. Okay, so from we're actually given the exact point. It works out as here, point P. So all we need to do is, from the very bottom point, don't get confused between both. Same on this side. And that's our construction, initial construction, nearly finished. We just have a little arc in the bottom corner. So we're given that it's 30mm up and it's 50mm across. So we're given 2 points on the curve and we're told its radius 80. So what we do is set our compass to radius 80. Strike off a distance from our 2 known points. So that's our centre there. Put the compass onto our newfound point. Draw in the curve. Just like that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to label all our points. So we've labelled the outside of the star. So I'm going to label this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I'll come back to the curve later on. I'll show you how to get that. Okay, so we're going to start with our outside shape. So what we do is drop down vertical. Just do this in a different colour to show you. So point 1, drop it down to where it hits our horizontal line. Then we rotate it up to where it hits our new 40-degree line. This is here. Then we can bring it across horizontal to our 45-degree line, the same way we do orthographic projection. Okay, so I'm going to bring it across horizontal. And up vertical. I'm just going to use my pencil line as a construction line. And we bring it across then. Okay. Okay, so this is coming up the way, this is going across the way, this is also going across the way. Where the 2 points cross over, that gives you your point. So I'm going to continue on. So point 1 and 2 are on the same line. So I extend this up, bring my height across. There is point 2. I'll extend this on, point 3 is on the same. So we bring down point 3 to where it hits our horizontal line. We rotate it down to where it hits our 40-degree line. Like so. Bring it across to a 45-degree line. Up vertical. Where it crosses over here. That's point 3. Point 4 then we bring across. Is there. Okay. So point 5 and 6 they're on the same line, so I'm going to bring it down to our horizontal line. I'm going to rotate it down the way, bring it across, up vertical. So there's 5 and 6. There is 5 and 6. We'll do the same for 7 and 8. So bring it down. So it's actually on the hinge point. So it comes straight across from there, up vertical. That's point 7 and 8. Okay, so I'm just going to heavy this in for you. Okay, so I haven't got the curve on top yet. Okay, so we'll come back to that at the end. So now we need to look at our circle with our star in the center. Okay, so each point is labelled. So what we can do is we'll split this up into 30/60 using our set square into 12 equal parts. Okay, so I'm going to do this in a different colour just to make it a bit easier for you. My vertical line and horizontal line. That will give us 12 equal parts. Okay, so next thing we need to do is label these. So I'm just going to say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this will be 12. Okay, so I bring down each point. We'll start with 0. Bring it down. Rotate it. Cross horizontal to a 45-degree line. So point 0 and 6 are both on this line. Bring it up vertical. Point 0 comes across. There's point 0. 6 comes across. there's 0.6. Do the same then for 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Okay, we rotate these down. So it's not a good idea to do all the points at once because you will get confused on what's what. Okay, so this is 0.1 and 5 are together. So there's 0.1. And 0.5. Then we're going to look at 2 and 4 because they're on the same line. Point 2 and 0.4. Next we need to look at 0.3, so it comes down to the point and we'll do the same. There's 0.3. So now we just have the other half to do. 7 and 11, they're on the same line. 8 and 9, or sorry, 8 and 10, and then 9. Okay, so just be careful. 11 and 7 is on this side of the rotation, so it's going to be a really small one. Flip it over, rotate our next one's up. So we're going to do 7 and 11 first. So 7 comes across, is there, and 11 and 1 is on the same, so that's there. 7. Next we'll do 8 and 9, or 8 and 10, my apologies. So same as 4, there's 0.8, there is 0.10. Our last one then, 0.9 comes across, vertical, and we'll cross this over 0.9. So see, we have a full curve now, so then it's just a matter of joining them in. There's our circle now. So it looks more like an ellipse because the sign is twisted at an angle. So next we need to bring over our points. So A and 0 share the same point. So that's point A. B, we know that it's on the circle, so what we can do is we can cross. There's point E. There's point B. And then we have D and C. So what we need to do is just replicate what we done over there. So A joins to C and A joins to D. B joins to E, which is horizontal. E joins to C. And D joins to be. Like so. Just darkening this now. Okay, so now we've our star. We need to bring across these outside points here. Okay, so I'm just going to label these. What will we call them? So we've up as far as 8, so I'm going to call these 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you can label these anything you want. It doesn't really matter once you have them labelled. You can bring these down. Rotate it up. So if you're struggling to keep track of them, just feel free to label them. So 9, 10, 11. See, these are very close, so just be careful. So this one here is 12. Rotate it up. Point 9 comes across. Up. Point 9 comes across. That's point 9 there, and he goes all the way in like so. Point 10 comes across. So forward again. Just going to extend these out because we won't need them in a second. 11 comes across, and point 12 comes across. So 11 comes across to here, forward again. From where we brought 11 across, that's it there. And then our final one on this side is point 12. When we bring it across, it's there. It's just a matter of draining that down. And we do the same on the other side. Okay. So this time we're going to be rotating it down the way. All these points. So if you're unsure, just bring one point at a time. There's 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, we'll rotate these all down to our new line. Then I can bring them across. Up. There's point 13. 14 rotates down, comes across. There's point 14. 15 comes across, bring them up. And our last point is point 16. Down. That's our other half, so we just need to darken them up. Like so. And we can join from here. Same here. like so, and now we just have our little curve in the bottom. So normally we'd split it up into 12 equal parts. If it was a full circle, this would be massive. So what we can just do is take a couple of random points. So like for example, I could take there, there and there, as well as our two outside points. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to label this 5 is already there. So I'm just going to say T, U, V, W, X. So point T we already have, which is here. Point U, brought down, rotated down, across, up. It's on this line. There's U. X up there. So V comes down, rotates right around, across, back up, is there. So that's V. W comes down, rotates right around, comes across, comes up, and is there. So we just need to chain these up then. And that question nearly finished. We just have a curve up on top. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to split up to 12 equal parts. So, or not 12 equal parts, sorry, but into maybe 6. That's a long enough curve. Does it have to be equal? No. Is it an advantage? Sometimes. So what's there? Vertical piece. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is enough. Let's go and label these. What do we call them? 2A. Sorry, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. 5A. Okay, so I'm going to take the exact same approach. I already have 2 points, so 1A and 5A. So 2A comes down, rotates up, across 45 to our 45 degree line. There's 2A. We know 3A is on the center line, which is there. 4A is going to be on the same point, or same line as 2A. So we just need to bring him down. Rotate it down, same as every other point. There it goes. Which is there, so that's 4A. That's all our points. So I'll just train them up. So it doesn't matter, I could have had 12 points in between here. Would have been better? Yeah, the more points you have, the more accurate it is. So you want to have a curve that size, you want to have a minimum of 5. Okay? If you could have more, it's better, but less, no. Okay? So thanks for listening.